Hello and welcome back to Ruxin Sports, where we have posted a couple of videos in the last couple of weeks talking about recent NFL. We did some predictions, and now I'm doing a weekly series where we're predicting each of the games and we're reviewing what happened in the last week's games. Because I'm not doing a ton of videos on this channel, I'm not going to do one reviewing last week and one doing the predictions. We're going to do it all in one because this is a fun thing that I'm doing, passion project, whatever you want to call it. So let's hop on over to the picks. First of all, I want to shout out that we have a group for these picks. All you have to do is go on ESPN and join our group, which is called Ruxin Sports Pick'em. Make sure you guys hop in there. We will review how some of you guys did in the last week, including, well, we're going to review how I did right away, but you guys did pretty good. Everybody who joined last week kind of killed it. So I'm really pumped for you guys that we did really well. Now, let's go over how I did, okay? So there were 16 games because there are no bye weeks until week 4 or 5 usually. I think it's usually 5, but they might have changed that with the 18-week schedule. So there's 16 games, 32 teams, 2 teams playing in each game. Let's see how I did. 10-6 is honestly really awesome. I was better than I really can hope for. If I did that every week, my total score would be really amazing. So the first one, I was pretty confident in this game, the Green Bay Washington game. And there was like a moment where I thought Washington might try to backdoor cover, but Green Bay pretty much dominated the game. Looked amazing, and Green Bay is looking... Honestly, Green Bay is looking ridiculously good, and I'm not in the middle of this camera, so now I'm going to have a big square on my face, but let's just keep going. Green Bay is one of the best teams in the NFL after 2 weeks, so we're going to see if that continues. They have played a couple of teams that were good last year, but at first I was like, I don't know if the Lions are that good. Well, the Lions look pretty good this week, so I think Green Bay is just that good. Second game, I honestly thought that I picked the Lions so I didn't get to watch a lot of the Sunday afternoon games because I was at Collecticon Atlanta. I thought the whole day when I saw Lions were killing them, like on the scores, and like I had the Titans game up on my iPad, I thought the Lions were, I had them picked, but no, I had the Bears. So I came back and saw that. I'm like, what? I thought I picked the Lions. This is the only game that I was confused about. So obviously I did not get that one right. I will not be touching the Bears potentially. Well, you never know with the Lions, but I'm not really dying to pick the Bears at the moment. They looked pretty bad the first couple weeks. Had about one good half. The next game, we had Seattle and Pittsburgh. So this one, I wasn't 100% sure, but I thought the Steelers, it would be a close game. No, it wasn't that close. I mean, it was kind of close for a while, and then Seattle ended up winning by 2 touchdowns. They might be legit. Sam Darnold, I've been hating on him, but it seems like he's played pretty well for the first couple weeks. I got the first week, he wasn't great, but this second week, 31 points, pretty decent. So Seattle, probably a 500-ish, maybe a little bit better team. Steelers, I'm still not sure about them. So I missed that one pretty heartily. Yeah, so we're 1-2 to start. Not a good start. But Cleveland and the Ravens, if you guys remember, I was pretty confident that the Ravens were going to run over the Browns. Exactly what happened. So I'm glad that I was correct on that one. Just the natural sports thing of it, like, oh, we just blew a big lead against a rival team. We're a really good team. We're coming out against a bad team. What do? You crush that opposing team, and that's what they did. So Ravens looked great. Browns tried to score a couple at the end, but they still lost big. So pretty easy one there. Let's go Jaguars, Bengals. The Bengals did end up winning by 4 points, and Joe Burrow's now out 3 months, which is going to change the Bengals picks a lot. Our predictions for the Bengals, potentially. I mean, Browning is an okay backup, but he threw 3 interceptions, so it's not like he was really that great. Now, he did come in, in the middle of the game, so we'll see what he does with the week of practice with the first string and everything, but they still ended up covering. This is why I don't pick Jacksonville. I said I don't want to pick Jacksonville, and that's why I'm going with the Bengals. If I'd pick Jacksonville right now, I would be incredibly mad because imagine the starting quarterback in the other team getting hurt and you still can't even cover 3.5. Not only can you not win, you can't cover 3.5. That's Jacksonville in a nutshell. So I'm really glad I didn't pick them so I don't have to be angry. The next one is my Titans. The first half, I was sitting there like, yeah, this is a great pick. Plus 5.5. Cam Ward threw an absolutely incredible touchdown pass. If you haven't seen his first career touchdown pass, ran all over the place on 3rd and goal. He's back at the 30-yard line. He starts rolling out to the right. He's near the sideline, fade away, jump pass to the other side of the end zone, like completely ill-advised, but still somehow hooks up with his receiver for a touchdown. It was absolutely amazing. And then the second half, the train just falls off the tracks. Wheels fall off. The Titans become the Titans. Bill Callahan's still a terrible coach, so hopefully get a new coach soon. Oh, man. It's really hard to watch. So 0-2 Titans and not even close to covering. They not only did they not cover, it wasn't even close. It was like 12 points or something. Then another game that I mentioned last week, I didn't know if Purdy was going to play. I had the right to change it. I decided not to when Purdy was announced to be out for a few weeks and Mac Jones was starting. I wasn't about to switch to the Saints. Like, I know the Saints are not they're really not that bad. They were supposed to be horrible coming in. They're 0-2, so they're not good, but they have been pretty competitive in both games, yet they still were not able to score by half or cover by half a point. Mac Jones, 3 touchdown passes? Okay. All right, I see you now. When somebody's game planning for him a week, I don't know if it's going to work out as well, but pretty impressed by Mac Jones. He did a good job. Now, it was against the Saints, so we'll see what he does next week. This next game, I mean, oh my goodness. I did get to watch the end of this game because I was leaving Atlanta. We were watching on the iPad. I was eating with Vintage Yu-Gi-Oh! We were about to leave, and this game was ending in the fourth quarter, so of course it goes to overtime and everything, so we ended up watching the whole game. Absolutely ridiculous game. I didn't get to see the rest of it, but the Cowboys can't stop anyone. They can't stop a nosebleed. The Giants can't stop anybody, but yet the Giants all of a sudden can score. Russell Wilson is throwing for almost 500 yards. Like, what in the world is happening? I don't know. It was a crazy game. And then the Giants basically win the game. Malik Neighbors catches this crazy pass between 2 defenders with 20 seconds left. The game should be over, but then you remember the Cowboys have Aubrey on their team, who can absolutely decimate a football. He kicked that 64-yarder. Guys, I don't know if anybody's done the science on this, like how far that would have gone. That looked like it was good from 75 yards, 64 yards. The Cowboys are okay to just run it up the middle for 1 yard and just kick the field goal. They're like, yeah, we don't need any more yards. We got Aubrey. He's good. 64 yards is nothing to him. That's like a 40-yarder. He destroyed that football, and it hit the back net halfway up through the upright. It was crazy. Absolutely killed that thing. And then, of course, they still should have lost in overtime because they get the ball punt. Giants get the ball. I think they might have had 2 possessions, and then Russell Wilson just throws a punt to the other team. I don't know. It was an arm punt, straight up. Just throws it to nobody. I mean, Neighbors was down there 20 yards to the other side. I don't know what he was doing. He might have bet on the game or something because he was going off, and then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I'll just throw it right to Dallas. And then, of course, they kick a field goal and win. So one of the craziest games. Obviously, we didn't get this right. I don't think this was the right pick because Giants definitely should have won that game multiple times and they didn't. So pretty crazy. Same thing with this one. This could have gone either way. We had a punt return and then a kick return going back and forth. The Patriots end up somehow winning the game. I mean, they were plus 1.5. So if the Dolphins won by 1, we still would have covered, but that was a back and forth game. Dolphins definitely looked better this week. Offensively, the defense is still not great. Jets. Wow. There were 2 games I was super wrong about. I didn't even remember the Chicago game. I remembered picking the Jets, and oh boy, was I wrong. Justin Fields. Justin Fields. He can run all over this defense. They just gave up 40 points to the Ravens, they got run all over. Justin Fields, no, he did not. He did not run all over them. In fact, he was terrible. In my Dynasty League, I have him because it's a super flex, and the quarterbacks are pretty thin. So I'm like, okay, he's going to drop 20 easily. He had 3 points. It was unbelievable. Got destroyed. Bills didn't even have to try after the fourth quarter. So that was one of the most wrong we were all week. I was so happy about this game. Colts end up winning the game. That whole field goal situation with the leverage and the second kick, it mattered for the Colts winning, but it didn't matter for our cover. We were either going to lose by 2 or win by 1. So we had that covered no matter what. Pretty back and forth game. I'm glad I picked this one because I said I thought it was one of the hardest games to pick all week. Speaking of stupid games, should have been 11-5 on this one probably, but also could have just straight up lost. The Cardinals. I hate the Cardinals. They are terrible. They're not a good team. They're 2-0. But they almost lost this game after being up 27-3. The Panthers had the ball driving down the field, down by 5. So if they'd scored a touchdown, they were going to lose. They were up 27-3 and just decided, you know what? Bryce Young's terrible. He's not going to come back. Well, guess what? He did. He came back. Pretty crazy game. They still didn't cover when they're up by 24. Kind of sad, but I hate picking the Cardinals. Hope they play somebody good this week so I can pick against them. All right. Eagles and Chiefs. Yeah. The Chiefs had opportunities to win this game. There's that whole offside situation at the end. The tush push, don't even get me started. I might make a short about that. Enough people are talking about the tush push, but it's just not fun. It's not fun. It's good. It's really great for Eagles. They're really good at it, okay? But just because somebody's good at it doesn't make it a fun watching experience, okay? I know you're like, well, why didn't everybody just be good at it? Well, if everybody gets good at it, it's also not fun. Because then we have to watch, all right, 3rd and 1, automatic first down. 4th and 1, automatic first down. There's no drama. It's okay, they got the first down. Moving on. But the Eagles are still amazing. Great team. Chiefs, I'm not worried about them yet because they've lost to two good teams. I think the Chargers are pretty good. The Eagles are definitely good. I think they're going to be all right. They got receivers coming back later in the year. They're going to be fine. They're going to hopefully beat the Giants this week. I say hopefully. I'm not a Chiefs fan or anything, but I do want to see them in the mix because it's more fun. And then Falcons, Vikings. Falcons are 12 picks or our 12 win pick. I think it still has life because this is one of their harder games on the schedule. They have a pretty easy schedule. If they'd beaten Tampa last week, we'd be sitting pretty. Atlanta fan, come on. Let's go Falcons. The Falcons, they dominated this game. I did get to watch a lot of this game. The Vikings look terrible. Oh my goodness, they look bad. Falcons defense was swarming. Offense was Drake London. You're going to step it up for my fantasy team. You're not very good so far. I like the Falcons. I'm feeling much better about my pick. Now, Penix, I think, is legit. I think he's really good. Bucks, this also got dicey. Buccaneers dominated this game, and then all of a sudden the Texans are ahead by like 5 or 6, and they're going to cover. I was going to be so upset because Tampa was up 14-3, 14-6, whatever it was, like the whole game. And then they like muffed that. Was it a muffed punt that they had? No, a blocked punt. And then all of a sudden Texans are up. And I'm like, oh man. But luckily Baker is that clutch. 4th and 10. Scrambles for the first down. I love watching Baker. He's one of my favorite players. Really awesome. Good win. And then, of course, the Chargers game, who they just decimated the Raiders. The Raiders looked awful. Gino, you're my boy from West Virginia. Go Mountaineers, but you look terrible this week. Okay, let's get to the other picks. That was a long recap. Week 3, let's make our picks. So Thursday night, we got a 12.5-point spread. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is honestly really tough. I was supposed to make these before I made this video, wasn't I? So we're going to be going live. Last week, I thought about it first. I did think about some of these, but this is a really tough pick. The Bills are awesome, but it's a short week. I mean, winning that big short week, I usually don't like picking a massive spread like that. I don't like picking the Dolphins either because of, all the Dolphins things, the Tua thing, they're a complete mess. Their coach is a nut job. But honestly, I can't pick 13 points on a Thursday night. I'm going to go Miami. I mean, I'm going to regret it when it's 40-10, but let's go Miami. Packers and Browns. I think the Packers are probably going to dominate. The Browns have been playing. They played okay first week. They looked awful last week. Packers, this could be some sort of letdown game. It's a Sunday at 12 game. It's a not good team. They beat a couple of good teams. They might be feeling too good about themselves. I could see this being really close, but I'm not picking the Browns yet. I'm not ready to pick Joe Flacco. Let's go Packers. Titans, Colts. This also could be a letdown game, but here's the thing. This is the Titans we're talking about. I've watched the full first game and a lot of the second game. I love Cam Ward. He's amazing. We don't have a single other good player on our team. That's not true. Jeffrey Simmons is good. There's a few other good guys. But in terms of like weapons, there's nobody. The offensive line is completely terrible. The defense is okay, I would say. It's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. But now we're picking Danny Dimes, but he's been playing pretty good. So I'm going to go with the Colts. I do love my Titans. I hope that I'm wrong and we pull out our first win this week. It is at home, but guess what? It was at home last week and we got destroyed. So I don't know. We have Bill Callahan, so I can't really pick us. All right, Bengals, Vikings. This is a really tough one because they both have a starting quarterback out. JJ McCarthy's out and Joe Burrow is out. So what's going to happen? Who is even the backup for the Vikings? We have Browning and then we have... I don't know, because they had Sam Darnold and now he's gone and they don't have Kirk Cousins anymore and they have JJ McCarthy. So I don't even know who their backup is, which makes this pretty hard. It's already hard anyway. It's at the Vikings. Bengals or Vikings. I think the Vikings have a decent team, but the quarterback was ugly last time. I think with a week for Jake Browning, I'm going to go with Vikings because... there are some awesome weapons on the Bengals, but the dude threw 3 interceptions, and that was coming into the game. We'll see if he's better, like having some reps or not, but let's see if the Minnesota Vikings can pull it out. This is basically like an even matchup, but we got the home field. So, Steelers and Patriots. At Patriots, 1.5. I like the Patriots in this game. Aaron Rodgers is, he's okay. He's looking okay. He's definitely old. The Patriots have a little bit more of a youthful side to him. Drake May looked a lot better this week. So I think the Patriots are probably going to pull this one out against the Steelers. If they lose this game, though, the Patriots might have a pretty rough season. That last game, if they had lost to the Dolphins and then lost, had this game and lost, they would be like a 3-win team. But it seems like maybe they're figuring it out. So I like them there. Rams and Eagles. This is a pretty good game. This might be one of the best games of the season or the season so far. It's a 12 o'clock game. I thought this would be a 3:25 game. I guess because it's at the Eagles, so East Coast. But Rams, Eagles plus 3.5. Eagles are only 1 and 3 One and three quarters, 3.5-point favorites. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I like the Rams are a great team, but the Eagles are the defending champ, and they're kind of, making their way happen. I don't know what I'm saying here. They're making it work. Let's say that. Let's go 3.5. I could definitely see the Rams losing by 3, but I definitely like Philadelphia this week. Jets and Buccaneers. I'm not touching the Jets. I love the Bucks. Their offense was a little weird last week. This last game they had 14 points and then they just didn't score until the last drive. That's a little worrisome, but I am definitely not picking the Jets on the road. Justin Fields look terrible. He's also banged up. So let's go Bucks. I'm picking a lot of favorites right now. Have I picked all favorites? I'm 100% on. No, I got one underdog. This is not good. This is usually not a good spread. Washington versus the Raiders in Washington. Only 2.5 right here. Jaden is banged up, so there's that. Jaden Daniels is banged up. Washington, honestly, the offense looked really bad on Thursday, but they've had a long rest. Hopefully they're able to figure that out. Now, the Raiders looked really, really, really bad. I'm going with Washington. Now, if Jaden is hurt, I reserve the right to change this to the Raiders, because if he is hurt, I'm not feeling too great about the Commanders, but I'm not picking the Raiders after last week. Falcons and Panthers, our boys, the Falcons. Carolina Panthers, backdoor Bryce over here. He had the backdoor cover. I'm going with the Falcons. I'm all favorites right now, which is really, really worrisome. Texans and Jaguars. I'm definitely taking the Texans. Now, the Texans are 0-2. They actually looked okay. They didn't look great against the Bucs, but they were in the game. They had a chance to win. I'm never picking Jacksonville if I don't have to. I hate picking Trevor Lawrence. He's the most erratic player. Now, of course, CJ Stroud is not really that great right now either, so not a whole lot to say, but I do like the Houston Texans there. Broncos and Chargers. This is a tough one. The Broncos have been pretty competitive in both games. They probably could have won that Colts game, that whole leverage thing. The Chargers have been dominating. It's at home. Now the Broncos are going to bring their home crowd to the Los Angeles Chargers home, because they still haven't really gained the fan base yet, but having this great team with Harbaugh, I feel like is going to be a monumental time for the fan base in Los Angeles. Problem is they have two teams. Now there are like 90 million people in that city, but still. I'm going to go Chargers, because the Chargers have been really impressive. Now it might be a letdown game. They might finally lose to the Broncos, but Bo Nix, Justin Herbert. I'm going to take Justin Herbert and Harbaugh. Now, Sean Payton's good, but he's got Bo Nix, so pretty easy pick for me on that one. Seahawks and Saints. The Saints have been competitive. 7.5. Whoa. This is a lot. Now, Seattle won by 14 this week. That's not bad. It's a pretty solid win. But 7.5, more than a touchdown. Saints have been competitive. Rattlers, he never wins. But can he cover? Now, I got myself into trouble last week picking teams that I thought could cover but couldn't win. I have a lot of favorites this week, and Seahawks minus 7.5. That feels really high. Feels really high. I mean, it's Sam Darnold at the end of the day. The Saints have been fairly okay on defense. I mean, they gave up 26 this week. They gave up 17 the first week. If they give up 26 again, can they score 19 points? They scored 21 and they've scored 10. So it's not a guarantee. Now, Mac Jones put 26 on them. I'm going to go underdog. I'm going with the Saints. I definitely could see Seattle covering this, but I'm going with the Saints just because it's a lot of points. And maybe Spencer Rattler comes from a little backdoor action. Okay. Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears. These two teams are not good. Chicago is bad. Dallas is bad. Their defense is awful. This could be a high-scoring game. I remember last game I was like saying, Giants can't score, and then they scored 37 on the Cowboys. So Cowboys, on the road in Chicago, I do not like. I don't think Caleb Williams is very good right now. I'm not in on Caleb Williams. He has looked pretty rough the first couple games. He had a couple good running moments in the first game, but a lot of people picking the Cowboys. But their defense is awful. They just almost lost to the Giants at home. I mean, they have the kicker that I feel like I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to go Cowboys. I don't like that at all. I don't like that game. I don't like this game at all. Oh, should I switch it to the Bears? I don't want to pick Caleb Williams, though. I'm not going to pick Caleb Williams. Okay. Cardinals and 49ers with the backup quarterback. Honestly, I'm taking the 49ers. The Cardinals, I've picked both other games. They covered once. They didn't the other game. They're 2-0. Kyler Murray is completely unreliable. And Call of Duty has not yet come out, but he's still unreliable. 49ers have a pretty good team, even with Mac Jones. He played pretty well. I know I'm picking Mac Jones, which hurts, but I just don't like picking the Cardinals. I hate it. They've been disgusting the first 2 weeks, and I'm not giving them +1.5 right now. Kansas City Chiefs and New York Giants. Now, at the Giants, they looked pretty good the second week. Chiefs got to win this game. They got to win this game. Are they going to cover by 5.5? I'm going to pick them because it's the Chiefs. They're 0-2. They need to win. The Giants looked awesome, but that was against the Cowboys defense. The Chiefs defense it's been okay so far. They gave up 20 and 20, how much? 29 to the Chargers. The Chargers look great. Okay, last pick is Lions and Ravens. Ooh, Ravens -5.5. Now, this one is going to be a tough game because the Ravens, they can really squeeze you out. They can just run the ball, run the clock. You never have a chance to score. And all of a sudden it's the fourth quarter and the score is 20-6 or something like that. And the Lions have had no chances to score. They got stopped. Or the Lions can just score 50 points again. Now, they played the Browns, so I'm not going to get carried away. When they actually played somebody decent in the first week, they only scored like 6 points or whatever. So I'm going to go Ravens -5.5. I think the Ravens are really good. They had a tragic loss in week 1. They probably should be 2-0. They're probably still kind of upset about that. I think they're going to be playing pretty hard and trying to win pretty big against the Lions in a ABC Monday night game to make up for their Sunday night collapse. So I like Baltimore here. We have a lot of favorites this week, but we made our 16 picks. I don't feel nearly as confident about these as I did last week. So if we go 5-11, I will not be surprised. Okay, groups. Let's check out our group. I want to show you guys. I want to promote some of you guys for how you guys did. Wait. You guys did awesome. So let's check out the Ruxin Sports Pick'em. Make sure you join this. It is free to join. It's public. Just hop in the Ruxin Sports Pick'em. You guys can get in. OVO picks went 12-4. Pac-Man went 12-4. Congratulations. You guys only missed 4 games. Is there a way I can see how you guys did on who you actually picked? Okay, let's see you guys miss. You missed the Steelers. I missed that one. You missed the Dolphins. Okay, went on the Dolphins. All right. Chiefs, that's fair. And Vikings. So those are the 4 that were missed for him. And then Pac-Man, let's see how you did. I want to check out your picks that you missed. So you picked Washington. That's surprising. Steelers, so we all missed the Steelers. The Steelers was a tough one. Cowboys, yep, missed that one as well. Broncos, that was a toss-up, so that was understandable. Okay, cool. And then we had Atlanta fan, did pretty good at 11-5. That's really, I mean, I say pretty good. That's really good. Jay went 11-5. A lot of us went 10-6. So 4 of us tied at 10-6. MT Pax, Grappling Hero, ESPN fan, and myself. Then Belton Megatron, Rothgar, Red Wing Card with 9-7. I guess maybe he saw this after Thursday night and did it. So he went 8-7. So literally nobody went 500 or worse, which is actually crazy good against the spread. So congratulations, everybody. You guys are doing great. Keep making your picks. Also, if you are seeing this now, yeah, you missed a week. It's fine. Just join. Just hop in and let's see how you do. And maybe you can have the best week of all of us. So very cool. ESPN fan forgot to do his picks, but there's still time. Week 3 starts now. So get your picks in. Thank you guys for watching Ruxin Sports. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be doing this weekly for the NFL season. Do stuff for maybe baseball. I don't know. Baseball's not as popular, but I do love watching baseball this year. But probably basketball because I'm a huge basketball guy. So there's going to be another video coming out with myself and Sam playing basketball whenever I remember to post it because I said that last week. Forgot to post it. So see you guys next time. Peace.